peace that Washington so looked forward to at Mount Vernon and so looked forward to for his countrymen in the coming years. While the principal rooms of the house were already filled with art, Washington was far from finished with his collection when he passed away. Over 60 of those prints that he acquired in Philadelphia remained unframed and unhung, and there were daily new works coming in as gifts from artists. The sale of his estate in 1802 drew those who already knew the quality of his collection and were interested in acquiring a piece of it, just as some had hoped to acquire it when he retired from the presidency. One such figure was a Boston antiquarian and patron of the arts, Isaac Davis. He acquired Beth's Great Falls at the sale, and it's to him that we owe its preservation. But for the most part, it would be another generation before any American artist would successfully use the landscape to create a national narrative. It's worth remembering then that the search for the national art began with Washington. He used his art collection to introduce himself and his dreams for the country. As we come to understand Washington's leadership in this area, we see much more clearly just how big and bold those dreams for his country were. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Motion of the art, fine arts, as president and afterwards, and his ideas about federal support for the arts.
Well, we've heard a lot about it, that it was prime, in addition to these commissions, in his person. He did see it as a role that would be taken by private individuals and not necessarily. During the presidency, Peel to establish a similar institution here in America called the Columbiana. He kicks it off in 1795. They host effectively the reigning patron and controlling the content of the art. And so the Columbiana breaks up. So he sees it very much as one that's a cause that's led by private collectors and individuals. Anyone else? Yes?
On the framed pictures, did the artist frame the picture, or are these frames chosen by Washington, and are these the original frames?
On a few of them are the original frames, and the Becks, we believe, are original. So those large lamps would have been sent to a framer who would have provided the frames, but we do think Washington was heavily involved in the choice of them. We know from later notes that he makes, he gives very specific instructions about the measurements and things like that. So he was very much a detail-oriented person. Well, thank you very much. And now,
we're going to break for lunch. We're going to go back over to the Mount Vernon Inn where we had dinner last night, and we'll see you back here. We're supposed to be back at 1:30. We're running a little bit behind. Let's say 1:40. All right? Thank you.
sorry.
I went to the restroom during the other break. Yeah. Well, you know.
They have a seat area.
Both have, they were both educated.